All right, Coach, thank you very much. It's the National Football League presented by EA Sports. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the San Francisco 49ers and the Indianapolis Colts. The NFL season has hit high gear, and off we go in Week 11 on EA Sports. Fielded about a yard deep. And all that work, but he stopped where he ultimately would have been, and he's simply taken a knee, and that's the 25-yard line.
Check out! Ready! 56! Focus, defense, focus!
Now a first down throw. Luck. This one complete to Devin Funchess. And he gets this one just shy of the 40, down at the 39. 14 yards there on the first play from scrimmage.
First down. First and 10 at the 39-yard line.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a first and 10.
Let's put that team on the bus.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And this play will be blown up. He'll lose yardage back at the 38. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be second down.
I know when I was a kid, I always got real excited when I saw those lateral-type runs. But the best backs that made it happen, they put a foot in the ground and just go. That didn't happen there. That play got swallowed up.
Check out! Green 80! 154, 154. In the face. Check out!
On second and 12, Luck nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Credit the sack to the Oregon Duck, DeForest Buckner. And, Charles, part of the reason they lost last week, they didn't have a single sack. Well, they changed that quickly.
But did they ever? And it was something they talked about with us extensively. They needed to get pressure. How were they going to get to the quarterback? Obviously, they schemed themselves into a great play, didn't they?
Now with the play clock about to expire, we get a whistle and a timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. Luck and the Colts looking for something big here after the sack. This is 3rd and long. They'll try the left side. Godfrey. And he'll slip his way up across the 30 to the 32. 3 yards won't be enough here as that'll bring up 4th down.
As much as I praise teams for being true to who they are, in this situation, I wonder if maybe they outguessed themselves a little bit. 3rd down seemed like an obvious passing situation. They chose to run it and didn't get anywhere close to the first down.
And now where will the side judge stop his walk? That's the question. He says it crossed out of bounds at about the 17-yard line. Garoppolo going to bring the Niners up here 1st and 10 at their own 17-yard line. Now the Georgia Southern man, it's Matt Breida. And not a whole lot to speak of there as they'll bring him down shy of the 20. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
Well, we saw him there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, creases tend to develop as the game moves on, and they can run it back inside later.
180. 53, 953.
21.
On 2nd and 9, Garoppolo. There's the Washington Husky. It's Dante Pettis. And he's brought down after a very nice gain. It'll go as an impressive 31-yard gain.
First down, San Francisco.
Here we go. 180. Check.
On first down, here's Breida. And this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on first down.
A nice run here early on. It doesn't take a great play caller to realize you want to establish a guy of his caliber with runs like this early because they will pay dividends as the game progresses.
The previous run, good for 9. Here's 2nd and a yard. They'll run for the first time with Tevin Coleman. And a nice little start as he's able to get this up to the 28. 13 yards there and a Niner first.
And that's a run that'll energize an offensive line. They'll take that one all day long. Fundamental breakdown by the defense. You've got to be able to make plays on the edge.
Here we go. 180. Check 53.
On first down, Garoppolo. Blitz coming, and down he goes.
Hindsight is 20/20, partner. Maybe they should have kept it on the ground again.
Well, it almost looked like the O-line was run blocking again. I mean, they opened up a big hole last time. This time they opened up a hole, and the quarterback got sacked.
Here we go.
So 2nd and long, and got to be careful not to fall out of field goal range. Garoppolo. Looking for Stills here, and it's intercepted. Picked off by the linebacker, Jared Davis. And the return stops at the 39-yard line. Stills the intended target.
Oh, timing is everything on a route like this. He tried to drive that football into a tight spot. And if you're a little early or a little late, chances are there's going to be someone there. And sure enough, this one's going the other way.
Check three.
On first down, Godfrey. And he's going to get hit at the line of scrimmage and driven backwards. No gain on the play there, 2nd down.
Doubling this guy has to be a priority before moving up to the next level because the big fella, he just ate that one alive, just stuffed it. In fact, before the game, he was talking to us, and he's like, hey, these pants make me look fat? And we said, nah, man, you're just a whole lot of guy.
He is at well over 300 pounds. He's a big man.
Check out. 675. 954. I'm going to come back to you.
Throwing on 2nd down. Luck. Got a man open. It's Darren Waller. 4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a 3rd down.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
Now they'll try to convert on 3rd and 6 after the 4-yard completion.
Mike 5-4.
Out of the gun, Luck. He's going to go deep for Funchess. And that will be incomplete. And this passing game's whole offense really didn't show up in the loss last week, and it hasn't started all that great here either.
Yeah, they can't let that incompletion become an uh-oh moment. Like, oh boy, here we go again, just like last week. Each game is its own entity, treated as such.
This is away and a very good kick, angled for the sidelines. And out of bounds, sailed over, looked like right near the pylon. This one's going to be perfect. Directional kicking at its finest, right down at the 1-yard line.
Here we go.
The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. And to be frank, they're just in a tough spot. It's only November, already eliminated from playoff contention. I know their fan base doesn't want to hear that, but that's the case. What are they fighting for now going forward?
You know exactly what they're fighting for. Is that word that some people don't want to hear. but it's pride.
Draft. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I was going to go draft, but pride's better, right?
You know something? You're right, because that's part of it, but that's two different mindsets. That's front office mindset, draft position, where are we going to be and what do we need to get? And then the players and the coaching staff right now, pride. Can they win some games and feel better about themselves despite the fact they have no shot at the playoffs?
We're scoreless after one. The 49ers with the football here to begin the second quarter as they've got it with a 2nd and 3 forthcoming.
Here we go. 180. 2. Check 4. Slant.
On 2nd down, a run with Breida. And he's going to be taken down shy of the 10, right around the 9-yard line. Give him a yard on the run there, and that's going to set up a 3rd down and 2.
And this is why aggressive defensive coordinators love to blitz. It wreaks havoc because they end up taking their attention to the blitzers, freed up the D lineman to make the play.
Here we go. 180. Check 53. Watch the screen. Block.
Garoppolo looking to throw on 3rd and 2. And he finds Stills, complete. And he's brought down, but not before they get it across the 20-yard line. 13 yards there and a Niner first. Got to say, I was a little surprised to see him, Charles, come out in the shotgun on 3rd and less than a yard.
Yeah, but the way the NFL is nowadays, we hardly ever see anyone really run for it on short yardage. So they're going to throw the football more times than not. That was a nice, easy rhythm throw right there, and they pick up the 1st down.
Here we go. 120.
Garoppolo gives to Breida. Room here to run. And he will finally be taken down, but not before he reaches the 38. A big hitter. That one goes for 40 yards. We've seen him break off a big run already in this game, and for a second, that one looked like it might be another.
Yeah, I think that any defense would say, look, we can't let him get to the 2nd level because sometimes he'll break off the big run on his own, but oftentimes you get additional blocking at the 2nd level, which gets you deeper into the secondary.
So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for 1st and 10. To throw is Garoppolo. And his throw's going to be incomplete.
Whenever I see a drop like that, I have to kind of take a step back and check myself a little bit. So used to seeing those big guys make big-time spectacular plays that when they drop one, I have to remind myself, we ask a lot out of these guys. Block and catch the football, not easily done in today's NFL.
Oh, a battle for it here, and this will be caught. 22 yards there, a 1st down.
A gain of 22 yards. And a 49er 1st down.
Here we go.
49ers with their first trip to the red zone thus far. They come up 1st and 10 at the 16. They'll run with Coleman on 1st down. And this play gets blown up. They'll lose yardage back at the 17. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down.
Brings up 2nd and 11 at the 17.
Maybe just a slight detour on what's been a strong drive. Here's 2nd and 11. They run with Breida. And he's going to take it in. Touchdown, San Francisco. Matt Breida with a lucky number 13 touchdowns now on the year, as his guys are first onto the scoreboard here this afternoon. Gold able to tack on the extra point, and that makes the score 7-0.
Colts, nothing. Robbie Gould
After the touchdown, it's Robbie Gould now to kick it away. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And no thought to bring this one out. He'll just go down to a knee, and he'll take over at the 25. The Indy offense at the line and set to go. They've had it twice. They've punted twice. Not the start they were hoping for.
Not at all, and let's face it, every facility we visit, everyone talks about converting on third down, how big that is. In this situation, they've had to punt it away twice, so they're furiously going over things on the sidelines. What do we need to do to pick up a first down and change our momentum? They'd love to just strike back with a touchdown right here, and if it's a long play, so be it. But the main goal, get a couple of first downs, run some plays, run some clock, allow their defense to get a chance to catch their breath, settle down, and relax a little bit after they just gave up a score.
On 2nd and 7, Luck. Ebron with it over the middle. And down right around the 32-yard line, 4 yards on the pickup.
Well, they're unable to convert that into much, but it's never a bad idea to try to get the ball into a tight end of his caliber's hands and see what kind of disruption he can cause.
Check out! Blue 40! Yeah, let's get set lunch.
Block on 3rd down. And he hits his tight end, Ebron. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. Indianapolis moving the chains there on a gain of 12.
And after that completion, you can understand why so many teams in the league are emphasizing speed on defense at every position. The tight ends have created so many tough matchups now. If you can't run with a tight end as a linebacker, this is going to be the result every time.
On 1st and 10, Locke. He'll get this one complete to Zay Jones. A gain of 6 there on 1st.
It's a pickup of 6. Brings up 2nd and 4.
2 minutes on the clock, 2nd quarter, 7-0 ball game.
Watch the run! Watch the run!
And we remind you, coming up at the half, we'll join who, Charles?
The coach.
The coach, Jonathan Coachman, standing by in Orlando. He'll have stats and scores from games in progress, as well as scores from earlier today.
The coach.
Sorry, we get slap happy up here sometimes. Throwing again on 2nd down, but this time it's incomplete.
This team is not going to make it easy for you. They're a physical group, and we just saw it there on that play. They came in, made the contact, just as he's trying to haul it in.
Now they face a 3rd down and 4 after that incompletion on 2nd down. From the 50, it's Locke. And that is incomplete. So a couple of first downs on this drive, but it's looking like another empty possession.
And those empty possessions are certainly starting to pile up. So the adjustments that teams talk about all the time have to be taking place. They've got to analyze what's breaking down and figure a way to fix it.
And it's out of bounds. Now we'll see what the side judge says. He says out at the 8-yard line. The field position game, such an overlooked facet, Charles, of an NFL game, but this offense, they're going to be pinned back. What an ideal punt.
An ideal punt, and it leads to that term complementary football, because them doing that puts their defense in a great spot, doesn't it? Gives them a chance. If they want to be aggressive, try and maybe get a safety out of this whole thing, it puts them in that position.
And a short pickup here as he'll get across the 10 to the 11-yard line. Give him 3 on 1st down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7.
And 7 at the 11-yard line.
3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. Now this time, Garoppolo will throw. They'll tussle for it, and this is going to be caught. 1st down, San Francisco. The pickup, 14 yards.
Let's go! Let's go! Let's go! Here we go, here we go, here we go. 180! Mike, they can't hang with us.
Garoppolo now, first down throw, going up top. And that will be incomplete. Would have been a big hitter if they had connected. Instead, it's second down.
Well, partner, they're not content to run this one out as we head towards the half, trying to hit a big chunk play right there and add to their score.
Yeah, this is a confident group. At the very least, they're thinking field goal.
Yeah, and I don't blame them one bit. I don't think you sit on the ball going into the half when you have a chance to put some more points on the board.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. On the screen, this is Coleman. And he's taken down but able to slip across the 35. Now we've got whistles and a timeout here. Yeah, looks like we've got a 49er that's down on the field. We'll check on his status when we get back.
Here we go.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10.
Watch the out. Watch the out.
Garoppolo looks to throw once more. And this is incomplete.
Didn't have a receiver open downfield, and as it turned out, couldn't even find his outlet man because of the coverage. It was way too tight, unable to find anyone open.
They'll try again from the 36 on 2nd and 10.
Bandit. Slam. Hey, alert.
Garoppolo again. He's going to go deep for Conley. A fight for the football, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Malik Hooker. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
And, Brandon, this is a real nice job defensively of getting inside a quarterback's head and figuring out, okay, where's he going with the football? Because you can make an educated guess defensively, not all the time, but sometimes. And when you're right, you've got a decent chance of coming away with the football.
The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. The results for them so far not that great. Well, not good at all. 3 drives, 3 punts.
Yeah, and now what you're doing is you're looking at your play sheet. You're trying to figure out what you're going against defensively. I wonder, are they showing them something they haven't seen or anticipated in practice, and maybe that's throwing them off? Or do they just have to go to a different play calling section and try and run some offense that way?
They'll find Paris Campbell. That's complete. And he's able to get this one all the way past the 30. Now the Colts going to burn the second of their timeouts as they'll stop the clock with 24 seconds to go in this first half.
At the 32-yard line.
Ready! Push him back.
On first down, Locke. Looking for Jones, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Jordan Poyer. And he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. And into the end zone. A pick 6 for the 49er D as they score the touchdown. I don't know who all is to blame there, but I love seeing pick sixes.
Nothing like seeing someone pluck it out of the air and go the other way and see people try to change directions. Hard to do.
Gold with the extra point, and that'll make the score 14-0. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6, and now the kick is away. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And not wanting to risk anything here late in the half, he'll just take a knee, and they'll bring the football out to the 25. The Indy offense at the line and set to go. Time here for likely a couple plays if they want it, but with the field position what it is, maybe better suited to just sit on this one?
I'm with you totally. I would sit on it and get into the locker room and start over. But if they do decide to try and make a play, we know what the basics are. You run draw, you run screen. I would maybe run a little swing pass and try and get my lineman out in space and see if they can chop a hole into the secondary and see if he can run a little bit.
The last run got 9. That leaves him with 2nd and a yard. Here's Love. They'll try and set up the screen. It's complete. Now whistles and a timeout with 3 seconds left in the first half.
Get him, boys! Get him, boys!
And this will probably be the last play of the quarter.
Get your swerve on!
The final shot before the break. Locke looking deep downfield. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Eric Murray. And he will be brought down as time has now run out on this first half of action. So we come upon halftime with our score 14-0. As we'll send you down to Orlando, and we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. It's the 49ers out in front, and they will get the football first as well as we are back and started in the second half. Short kick here, fielded about the 17. And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape as they get it up past the 30.
At their own 31-yard line.
The 49er offense set to get this drive underway.
25, 13. Watch the twins. 36.
Breida to get the third quarter started. It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up second down.
Third quarter, and you've got the lead. You're not ready to go into that 4-minute offense to close the game out, but a running game can really benefit your team right now.
Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6.
He can't hang. He's not going to get me. Watch the shot.
Garoppolo looks to throw. This one into the hands of Kittle, the tight end. And he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. A gain there of 30 big ones.
I know we love our jobs, and pretty much any play we see, we're pretty, excited about. But big plays, let's face it, that's what we absolutely live for. How about that one?
That was great. And what our camera missed was the fist pump from the sideline after that catch. They're fired out. That's a big gain. So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the 30. They try and run on first down, but to no avail. Tackled for a 2-yard loss in the backfield. Call it a loss of 2 on the play. And that'll make it 2nd and 12.
At the 36-yard line.
Here we go. 180. He's coming. Here we go.
They stay on the ground. Again, it's Breida. And that play going absolutely nowhere as he's belted before he could get out of the backfield. They'll wind up losing 4 yards on the play. And they're going to face an uphill battle here on 3rd and long.
Here we go. 120. Switch up. You better be afraid of me.
A shotgun snap for Garoppolo. Completes it to Samuel. And they'll get him to the ground. He has another first down at the Colts 17-yard line.
I know many people like to throw to the tight end, maybe in a little flexed out position because he creates mismatches with his size. But slot receivers do the same thing with their quickness, their speed, and their route running savvy.
Here we go. 180.
Inside the red zone, it's Garoppolo. First possession of the third quarter, an interception, so maybe a second-half tone setter.
Indeed, and not the tone they wanted to set. That's the equivalent of running out the wrong door and running into your pool instead of running out onto the field. A real dud for that one.
Has that happened to you before?
No, but I've heard stories about teams actually doing that back in the good old days.
The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. They're sort of seeing themselves spiral out of control. Let's see if they can get things back on track.
And this is where the coach is walking that line of being calm and really being firm with his team. I had one tell me once, when we were having a tough patch, this too shall pass, this too shall pass, and finally we kept having a rough patch. He said, but you got to do something to make it pass, and that's what they have to do. They've got to get some control back, get themselves reasserted, and calm things down.
See if they can get calm. Well, this is taken in. It's complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. It's a gain of 35.
First and 10 at the 47-yard line.
So the line of scrimmage moves all the way across the 50 now as they come up 1st and 10. A shotgun snap for Locke. And he's going to be hit and taken down. Back right around the 48-yard line. Nick Bosa, he's the one to get him, and that is sack number 7 for him on the year. So after the sack, here's 2nd and 14.
Come on, baby. Come on, let's go.
Here's Locke. Campbell making the catch. 8 yards on the completion, but now they face 3rd down.
That's a gain of 8. Makes it 3rd and 6.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down.
12. 58's the mic. 58's the mic. All day, dog.
From the gun, here's Locke. It's caught. Jones. And this will move the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the 49ers' 32-yard line.
In today's football, where receivers break tackles, make people miss, get upfield for the extra yardage, when you see a play like that where it's caught and he's dropped on the spot, that's a big-time play by the defense.
They run on 1st down as they're able to get this forward for about 4. Solomon Thomas there on the tackle.
Well, they still have time to get him established, but in my estimation, they've got to pick up the urgency here. They've got to get quickly in and out of the huddle and run off a bunch more plays.
The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6.
Watch the run. Good stop, baby. That's a baby stop.
Here's Locke. Catch made here by Campbell. That catch good for 5. It's 3rd down. Well, this is how you shake the thoughts of that interception on the last drive. You come out and start this one 4 for 4.
And watching him throw it around with that type of confidence reminds me of a guy I played with way back when who told me, I don't care if I throw 10 interceptions in a row. I'm going to stay confident, keep flinging it. I just figured there's something wrong with the football.
Let's go, Mexico.
From the gun on 3rd down, Locke. And tight coverage there. It's knocked away, incomplete. The linebacker, Fred Warner, right there on the coverage.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? The zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on 3rd down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. 3rd down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
Marr able to put this one through. And they will get themselves on the board here at 14-3. So the scoring drive encompasses 9 plays, and the net result, 3 points.
Take your disappointment and put it aside. 9 plays. Yeah, they want to end up in the end zone with a touchdown. I get that. But sometimes those 9-play drives pay dividends later with another 9-play drive that culminates in a touchdown when they wear down a defense.
And a short kick, taking it about the 16. And he'll They'll take this across the 25, couple extra yards, up to the 27-yard line.
At their own 27-yard line.
The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. And with 3 interceptions thrown already, we'll see, do they rely more on the ground game here?
They may have to change things offensively to try and settle things down, not just for the guy throwing the ball, but for the rest of the offensive unit, because their confidence has to be shaken a little bit. And you just wonder, is the backup going to start to warm up a little bit over on the sideline?
The big play to start him out. Has him at the 45 already. Garoppolo after the fake give to Breida. Going for the deep ball. And that is incomplete. Took a shot there on first down, but he couldn't reel it in.
We've seen good cover skills on display throughout this game, really from both teams. And there's another nice example there of them making it difficult to complete a pass.
An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. There's Garoppolo to throw. Deep ball for Goodwin. And this is, oh my goodness, he pulled it in one-handed. 36 yards on the play. Sometimes the one-handed catches are unnecessary, but he was trying to ward off the defender with the other, so maybe that was just a good play.
So that tells you that not only do they imagine those types of catches, they actually work on them with defenders jostling them in order to keep their concentration and haul it in.
Garoppolo, he's going to give this to Breida on the draw. And he gets it inside the 10 to the 9. They get 10 more there, and I believe that'll be enough for another first down. It will.
He's still rumbling, isn't he? Still looking fresh in this one despite the heavy workload. But you and I both know, well-conditioned, and he did tell us that he thrives on being at his peak late in ball games.
Two of their 3 red zone trips so far, they've come up empty on. They'll look to reverse that trend on 2nd and goal. 13. Once again, they run with Breida on first down. And across the chalk, into the end zone, it's a 49er touchdown. Matt Breida with his 14th touchdown of the year, 2nd of the game. And the Niners are able to stretch their lead. Now Gold for the extra point. And it's 21-3. After the touchdown, it's Robbie Gould now to kick it away. Fielded about a yard deep. And the decision to come out is going to cost him 5 as he's taken down right at the 20. The Indy offense at the line and set to go. And tough to win games if you're going field goal, field goal, field goal here. They got field goal last time. Now they'll be looking for a touchdown.
They're looking for the big chunk now because, as you noted, the field goal way of doing it makes it that much harder and puts more pressure on every possession for you now. Go ahead and get 6 and feel a lot more comfortable about the position they're in.
Bigger chunks. We'll see if they can get the score. Throwing on 2nd and 8. Luck. Oh, he almost had it. Already with 1 interception, just missing his 2nd there. Just nothing there again. He's been sacked multiple times. We've seen the interceptions, of course. He's really been through the ringer, hasn't he?
And what we've seen is a defense that's well coordinated. The front and the back really in sync. The front putting on the pressure, the backside being ball hawks and picking passes off.
Hey,
They'll fake the handoff. Now Luck. Oh, he's able to outmuscle him here as he pulls it in. Good yardage there for the Colts. 18 and a first down. You cannot write these guys off just yet, not with a quarterback like that under center.
You mean it actually crossed your mind with him running the team that you could actually maybe write this game off?
Not yet.
Not a chance. Not with him. We've seen it too many times.
A first down run, good for about 3. 2nd and 7 coming up. A gain of 3, 2nd down. And the trend continues here in the 4th like it was in the 1st, 2nd, and 3rd. He's had nowhere to run.
And you're probably thinking to yourself, why do they keep feeding him the football? Well, they trust him first and foremost. They do believe that over time he might actually pop one of these.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Credit the sack to Fred Warner.
We've been around this league for a while, and many coaches never pull their starting quarterback, almost no matter the situation. In this case, though, I think he's got to make a decision. He's taking a pretty good beating out there.
Yeah, and with the deficit, maybe not wanting to risk an injury. Luck and the Colts looking for something big here after the sack. This is 3rd and long. Out of the gun, Luck. He's going to launch this thing way downfield. It's caught inside the 25. A huge play that time for the Colts. 41 yards. Defensively, I know they have the comfortable lead here in the 4th, but they do not want to give up big plays like that.
They want to finish strong. So oftentimes in this situation, you tighten up underneath in your coverage, and you bring your safeties back. They can pick up anything that leaks through. But in the meantime, upfield, you're making plays on the football.
Now here's a pass on 1st down that's knocked away and incomplete. Another wayward pass. You know, things started out poorly in this game, and to be frank, they just really haven't gotten much better.
And all that does is embolden a secondary. They feel good about what's going on, and they just play better and better.
From the 24, they'll go again on 2nd and 10.
Come on, boy. Come on, boy. You got me.
Luck. And incomplete. He tried to leave it underneath. Nearly got picked. They may be lucky to have that one back. 3rd down. At this point, down big, you'd have to imagine this defense, they're just going to sit back, blanket the field as best they can.
Yeah, this is actually the easy part of the game for them because, just as you noted, they can sit back, keep everything in front of them. But they've blanketed the field the entire game using a variety of coverages.
Throwing on 3rd down, Luck. Funches has it complete. And this will move the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the 49ers' 14. Well, they've had a great, impressive drive going here, and that pickup ensures the drive continues.
And not only do you continue the drive, which is demoralizing for the guys on the defensive side of the ball right now, but you make your own defense happy. They're able to get a little more rest over on the sidelines while this one continues downfield.
And they'll bring him down at the 13-yard line. A good convergence there defensively, only a yard, and it's 2nd down. 2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So the Colts in possession of the football as we get you reset. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. To throw again on 2nd down. Luck. This will be caught just inside the 10. 6 yards is the pickup, and that'll lead to a 3rd down. Not a big window to throw. Coverage wasn't too bad there.
Yeah, they had him under wraps pretty well, but somehow able to muscle his way open and catch the ball.
Check. Walk 54. Walk 54. Silver.
Block on 3rd down. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked off by Jason Verrett. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. So now he's equaled his interception total from a week ago. Remember, Charles, he had 3 last week.
And you know, all week long he vowed to take that number down. Told the guys on the team, don't worry, things are going to pick up. I've got this. But he is in a major league rut right now. Let's see if his teammates can pick him up along the way.
You're right. He talked about being cool, calm, collective, rebounding. Not rebounding right here. They'll start on the ground with Breida. And he's brought down at the 24 after a gain of 4.
When we see those runs to the perimeter, when we see those runs to the edge, we think about big breakers, don't we? In this case, it was a modest gain, but it does open up possibilities here on second down.
Here we go.
They'll come up 2nd and 6 now from the 24.
Mike 53. 3 buzz.
They run again with Breida. 2 yards the gain there, and now they're left with a 3rd and about 4 for a first.
That didn't appear to be a run blitz. He just started in once he saw the run develop. That appeared to be a case of see ball, get ball.
Here we go. Check 26, check 26.
On 3rd down, a run from Breida. And they'll get him down about 3 yards short of the first. Now the Colts going to burn the 2nd of their timeouts, as the clock will stop with 34 seconds to go in the game. Here comes the 49ers punter now. Always a good sign when your first punt comes in the 4th quarter. And now a low liner. I think he mishit it. Well, pretty woeful there. Just 23 yards on the punt. And the Colts will go on offense here, 1st and 10. On the NFL scoreboard, 4th quarter now at Soldier Field. Now, you saw the score at the bottom of your screen a moment ago. We got a good one going on there. If they can hold on to that lead to the end, it would up their win total to 7. The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. They've lost this one. Their offense has struggled. Do they try to put together something here at the end just to take into next week?
Yeah, sometimes teams want to do that and coaches want to. I remember one time I was on a team and we were losing late in the game like this, and you knew it was lost. It was over, right? And the coach called a running play and pretty much said to everyone, I want to see something executed well before we get out of here. And that was the message to the team.
Just something to build on.
Just something to build on, get it done, and maybe we can look at that and say, we'll get better as we go forward.
Hey, man, watch the boot.
So the victory here for San Francisco, and they were really helped by their defense, forcing 3 turnovers.
I think what we saw in this one, today's defense. And what I mean by that is in the old days, pitching shutouts was big time. That was paramount. But the big thing was holding people down, holding down their yardage, right? Don't let them throw the ball through the air and gain a lot of. But now, it's about taking the ball away, taking away possessions, getting the ball back for their offense. They had 3 takeaways in this one, and it led them to victory.
So for San Francisco, it's a win they needed, if for nothing else in their sanity, as they move to 4 and 6. And they will head back home next week. Meanwhile, for the Colts, add another loss to the pile as they drop to 2 and 8 now on the year. And they'll look to regroup next week as they head to L.A. to take on the Rams. So for Charles Davis and our entire crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Next game, guess what? Charles and I will be here again. It's the NFL on EA Sports.